Hi guys, and welcome back to my video. I'm Rachel from Rachel Reads. If you are new here, then welcome. Today I am going to be going through my mid-year book statistics. So stay tuned and find out all about what I have been reading. Okay, so these statistics are relevant up until the end of June. So in total, until the end of June, so I'm just going to say in total, I read 36 books, which is pretty impressive considering all of last year I only read 12 books. Last year was not a good reading year for me. I'm going to break those down into months. So in January I read 7 books. In February I read 6 books. In March I read 2 books. April I only read 1 book. In May I read 4 books, and in June I read 12 books. So June was clearly my best month, and I can tell you July is probably going to be better. So far this year I have read 2 biographies, 3 chick lit / romance, 1 classic, 3 contemporary novels, 7 historical fiction, 1 horror, 3 romance, and 14 thrillers. So clearly thrillers have been my most dominant genre, especially in the second half of the year, followed by historical fiction, which is not unusual. Historical fiction is something that I've always really enjoyed reading. So in terms of how much have I been reading, I have read 2 books below 250 pages. I've read 9 books between 251 and 350 pages. I've read 19 books between 351 and 400 pages. And I've read 19 books between 351 and 450 pages. I've read 3 books between 351 and 500 pages. And 3 books with 500 plus pages. So for the vast majority of my books that I have read have been 350 plus pages, which is not unusual. I do prefer about 400 page length books. That's my ideal length. Sometimes books need to be shorter, sometimes I like them to be longer. It really just depends. So far this year I've read 23 female authors and 12 male authors. I was quite surprised by that. I thought it would have been more 50-50 breakdown, but you know, this is what happens. I don't really have a preference, although, you know, from those statistics you would think that I did, but I don't really. I'm happy to read either female or male novels. In terms of my ratings, I gave 1 book 1 star, 3 books 2 stars, 13 books 3 stars, 11 books 4 stars, and 5 books 5 stars. So not a bad reading month for me. It is really quite difficult for me to give a book 5 stars. I primarily give 3 to 4 stars. So for me, 3 is a good average book, 4 is above average, 5 is amazing, 2 is slightly below average but not irredeemable, 1 is I couldn't finish this book, it was so bad. I don't even remember, what was the 1 star? Oh, The Last Anniversary, never mind. So in terms of where my books came from, I bought 21 of my books in store, whether that be Kmart, Demex, QBD, or whatever. I bought them physically in store. I bought 11 of my books online, and I borrowed 2 from the library. Those 2 were from my school library. I haven't been to the public library this year. In terms of my the type of book, I read 2 ebooks this year and 33 paperbacks. I have not read any audiobooks or any hardcover books this year. So audiobooks I've not started yet. I do want to get into them, and hardbacks I don't particularly like because I find them really heavy. I know they're durable and they look really nice on the shelf, but I don't find them practical for reading, and they really hurt my wrists. So in terms of when the books were published, I read 19 books that were published before 2018. I read 11 books that were published in 2018 and 5 books that were published this year in 2019. Of the books that I read so far this year, 33 of them were fiction and only 2 of them were non-fiction. And lastly, 25 of the books I read this year were standalone and 8 of them were in a series. So all up, I read 13,211 pages this year. This in the past 6 months. The average rating I gave out was a 3.5. The average year the books I read were published in was 2013. And yeah, that was pretty much my reading journey this year. I hope you like my new setup. You would have seen it in my new building a bookshelf video. I will link it up above if you have not seen that yet. Go and check it out. You get to see me getting down and dirty with some IKEA flat packs and how I organized all of these new bookshelves. You can see that the one over here is quite blank. That's space for all of my new thriller books that are going to be coming. So this is going to be a very short video, but I do really hope you enjoyed it and finding out a little bit about what I've read. I'm hoping that over the next 6 months that I will read even more bigger and better books, and I'll be able to share that with you at the end of the year. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Also, thank you so much to all of my latest subscribers. Currently today I'm up to 21 subscribers, which is fantastic. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I do appreciate each and every one of you. Please comment and let me know that you're here. I'd love to keep chatting with you. I do really appreciate all of you. So thank you and bye.